So I do have a joke for you this morning. What are you afraid of? Sophia asked a student. The future, he replied. I have no idea what tomorrow will bring. Sophia laughed. You are afraid of tomorrow, not realizing that yesterday is just as dangerous. Yep. So, turn to your partner, somebody in your row, and say, today I release and let go, I am free.
Today I release and let go, I am free.
Excellent. Okay, you just committed yourself. You didn't know it, okay. What is it today that you're consciously making a decision to let go of? In the meditation, I asked you to kind of just think about when you be love, is there anything that comes up that goes, that little energy detour? Okay, that's what we're working on today. We're going to let go of our little energy detours. So what is it that you get to lay down that's holding you back from the dreams and your desires that haven't unfolded yet? That the life that you really want. What's that little thing that if you just step on the other side of it, you got it. So the end of the year is a perfect time for us to reflect on these questions of how's the year been? What's going well? What am I ready to do differently? And so what is it we want? That's the question. What is it that we want? Let's get clear. What do we want? What do you want to open the way of today? What do you want to create a new possibility for today? Today's the day we till that soil, right? When we're planting, we got to till the soil. We got to get the rocks out and the weeds out, and that's today. Today's our weeding day, okay? And life is a great cycle. Cycles are happening all the time in our life. And so when we look back on our year, what have you overcome? What have you given? What have you received? Consider the energy for a moment, the energy of accomplishment. What have you done? What do you feel proud of? What do you feel happy about? Okay, start there. And then let's go back into where do you want to grow still? What do you want to plant? What do you want to cultivate? Are there places that you resist change? What do you wish to change? And more importantly, what are you willing to release in order to bring about that change? Recently, I went to the doctor and she says, you're getting osteoporosis. You got to start taking this and this. And I'm like, really? You want me to take what? And I read and decided, okay, well, what I really need is a lifestyle change. So I really have to go to the gym every single day, which I've been doing. So I have to be willing to change my lifestyle to get my body back in shape, right? Change is flow. We're in a river. We're constantly flowing. We're constantly flowing. We're constantly flowing. And then sometimes we can get in these little eddies. Little eddy is a place where you're going down the river where the current kind of makes a little whirlpool on the side, okay? And if you're a paddler, those can be good places where you can just kind of rest. But if you're a beginner, it's a place where you can get stuck. I remember when I was first learning to paddle, and I was going down and I was doing pretty well, and then I got farther than I wanted to go, and I somehow made it into the eddy. But then I was too afraid to get out of the eddy. And so somebody had to come, probably my son, who's a paddler, had to come and kind of go, you can do this. Because he can't make me get out of the eddy. He can't pull me out. He's got to say, okay, go do this, right? So sometimes that analogy is about we can use these places to rest because it's important, but we can also use them as places to sort of be comfortable, right? Sometimes I think we get a little too comfortable in our lives, and it's time to, give ourselves a little jolt. because change is about flow. We really want to make sure we're staying in our flow. And so this is the time where we get out of the eddy and we charge down the river, okay? And so because this year coming up, it's a blank canvas, right? Isn't that, you got a little card you can start writing stuff down on? Just think about that. I want you to call up that energy of anticipation. Like, wow, this could be cool. I could create really cool stuff. Can you feel that? Okay. So this is the year. In your head, go, this is my year. Yeah, this is my year. Right? Okay. And so part of what we're going to do in our weeding process is become aware, become consciously aware. What are those things that we've got to weed out? And that's what this process is about. So look back on your year. What are you proud of? What are the successes you've had? What are the challenges you've had? What opportunities have presented themselves? It could also have been a year of change, of letting things go. Okay, people come and go in our lives. Letting go is an important step because we have to release that which no longer serves us to make room. Okay, if we're like this, we have our stuff. Here's our stuff that we have now, but to get new stuff, what do I have to do? I got to let go of the old stuff, right? I got to open my hand and make room. So as we release, we open ourselves up to receive and be blessed in ways we could never possibly be imagined. This is a funny little story that happened to me this week. I went on a little getaway in Virginia, and it was a beautiful place in the country, very quiet, very peaceful, and I was looking forward to a rest. And Wednesday night I was relaxing, and I hear this little noise in the kitchen. And I am very familiar with this noise, and I go and I look and I see this little furry creature. And so I let the owner know, hey, by the way, I'm sharing my space with mice. And the caretaker came and was mortified because the mice were everywhere. I mean, not like obviously everywhere, but I could hear them, you know. And they left me little presents everywhere. You know how that goes. And she's like, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm comping you your whole trip. So thanks to the mice, I got a free stay. So you just never know where your good's going to come from. It wasn't that bad, because I'm a former camp director, so for me, mice are like, no big deal. So I did leave them a little present while I left. I left them a little thank you note, because they were like, anyway. So just be open. You just never know. You think something's a really bad situation, but something good can come from it. So that's the thing to remember. Because then sometimes letting go can be a little scary because it's unknown, right? Sometimes we don't want to change because it's a little scary to step into the unknown. Sometimes even though something's uncomfortable, at least it's familiar, right? And so this process is being willing to change, to be more comfortable. Make sense? And so I invite you just to dare to change. Dare to change. Dare to step out of your comfort zone and do whatever it is that you know you need to do to bring about that change. And so there's these 4 principles to think about as we move into this process of change. Number 1, life is meant to move and change and be dynamic. We are expressions of life, right? And so we're meant to grow and to change. Number 2, our very nature is life. We are divine life expressing. And when we allow life to flow us, remember, flow us, we're in the flow, we are in for a dynamic ride. So just put your skis on and have a blast going down that hill. We can write a new story where life is a dynamic experience where we're guided by divine wisdom. We get to write our own story. Isn't that great news? You know, so you can just reject the old story, I'm this or I'm that, or I can't do this. That can just go out the window. This, you get to write, you're the author. You get to write your whole new story. And finally, we're prospered by the infinite abundance we are. And we experience love because we are love. And we are strong because the strength of the divine is our true nature. And so these are some of the possibilities just to allow life. So it's time for us to release self-judgment of ourselves, of others. It's time to release our regrets. That's over. It's done. It's time to release our fears. And it's time for us to honor what has been. This is the time to honor it and let it go. Honor it and let it go. Today is a new day. We get a new year coming up. We are freedom. We claim the freedom that we are. Okay? So, Rumi reminds us to let go of your worries. Let go of your worries and be completely clear-hearted, like the face of a mirror that contains no image. If you want a clear mirror, behold yourself and see the shameless truth which the mirror reflects. If the metal can be polished to a mirror-like finish, what polishing might the mirror of the heart require? Between the mirror and the heart is the single difference. The heart conceals the secrets while the mirror does not. So what is on your heart? What's in your heart that you're ready to just let go of today? Let go. And so we're going to have a sacred ritual, this wonderful sacred burning bowl ritual, where we get to release and let go. And so today, you got some flash paper and a pencil and a card. And so what you're going to do, I'm going to kind of give you instructions about how all the logistics of this, and then I'm going to take you into meditation. And what you'll do is during the meditation, you will write on the little paper just single words. You don't need to write, the whole sentences. Just write the things that come up to you in the meditation that come to you. Just write them on that. Write them on the paper, just a word or two. And you also got a card. Because when we release stuff, guess what? We create a void, right? And so you're going to write on that card, what do you want to fill that void with? What joyful, happy, uplifting qualities or plans do you want to write? So part of the meditation will be that. And then you'll come up and you'll flash paper and drop. This is really important logistic. Lori and I are going to demonstrate in a second, but you'll light it like this and you'll drop it. That's really important. I'm going to say repeat after me. Light it and drop it. One more time. Light it and drop it in the bowl. Yes, in the bowl. Don't drop it on the table. Drop it in the bowl. Okay, drop it in the bowl. That's really important. This is not the kind of paper you can throw in the air. Please don't throw it in the air, please. Drop it in the bowl, okay? The bowl is there to catch and release all your stuff. Got it? Okay. Now, logistically, the way it's going to work is after I will invite people to come up towards the end of the meditation. And we're going to actually start with the back, okay? So the very back row, you'll come up this aisle here, and you can kind of split off and do your thing, and then you're going to go back around that way, okay? And then this back row, okay, you guys will come up here. Does that make sense? And you'll light, and then you'll go kind of back around and find your seats and that way we'll have a nice little flow of traffic. Does that make sense? Everybody kind of get the logistics of this? So we'll move from the back to the front. Okay. Musicians in AV, you guys can join the flow whenever you feel you would like to. Okay. 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 So, Lori and I are going to demonstrate how this works. Yep. Okay. Okay. So you're all in your happy meditative place. Yes. And you've written this stuff and you're like, yes, it's gone. And you come up and drop it. Got it? And one more time. Ready? Got it? Light it and drop it. Where does it go?
Don't do what I just did. I went too close to the edge. Try to drop it in the middle. Right down in the bowl. Because this will catch on fire. That's the whole point. Keep it in the bowl.
Got it? Okay, so we'll go back and... You feel ready? You ready to let go? Okay. So, Jim, if maybe you could play some little quiet music. I invite you to take a deep breath, and I'll just take you through this meditation, and then when you're ready, during the meditation, whenever you're ready to write, you just write, okay? So look back over the year, the events, the words spoken, the people. If there were some limited ways that you showed up, things you might have done better, the ways you're still holding on to the past, the fears, the hesitations, the doubts, any limiting beliefs that you hold about yourself or others. These are the kinds of things that you want to let go. Bring to mind perhaps a dream that you've had or an opportunity. Is there something that's keeping you from taking that opportunity or developing that dream? What might be in the way of that? Whatever it is, this is the time to release that and make room in your life for a new possibility. Reflect on the blessings you've received, the growth opportunities you've had, and know that you've grown and expanded regardless of how you might see it or judge yourself. And when you're ready, begin to write down on your little flash paper what you're being called to release. What are you being called to let go of? The Spirit of love is you, lifting whatever has felt heavy and limited from your being, releasing whatever has felt burdensome and not the truth. You are free. You have always been free. You might not have felt it, but you've always been free. See yourself free as you let that paper go. See your limitations burn up with that paper. Okay, and now feel that feeling of release, and we're going to sing together. Let's stand. We are free, we are free. Let's affirm. I am free, I am unlimited. I choose to know, claim, and express this truth right here, right now. Yes!